A young man wakes up at the bottom of a large empty swimming pool. His hands are injured and he's suffering from weakness and dizziness. In addition, a huge alligator is trying to eat him. Well, that's not the worst experience you could wish for. The man's leg is broken. A wooden splint prevents the alligator from sinking its teeth into the flesh. The man finds an empty bucket and struggles to drive the reptile away. We see this pool is more than big. It's huge, and the protagonist is trapped inside it. But let's back up to the events that happened 6 days ago. This is the same pool. It's the film set of a commercial. A model girl is wearing makeup and swimming in the water. Day is a member of the production crew. The director scolded him for not setting up the lights. It's slowing down the work, while the filming has to finish the day. Day's girlfriend, Koi, comes from the pool along with their dog, Lucky. Koi is cranky and wants to swim in the pool. Day stops her. Work comes first and everything else can wait. Day injects himself with an insulin in private, yet Koi is bothering him again. She gives her lover a music box with a figurine of a baby. Alas, Day is not happy about the gift. We learn the reason why Koi brought their dog. Lucky is involved in the filming too. He has to jump in the pool on command. The dog is perfectly trained. Day uses the whistle and the jump is filmed on the first take. It's a wrap. The next day is dawning. The production crew has already left. Garbage and abandoned props is scattered all over the pool. Day is floating on an air mattress and playing with Lucky. He throws a ball and the dog happily runs after it. We see an old newspaper amidst the garbage, in which the dog is looking for the ball. There is an article about an alligator that has escaped the local zoo because of flooding. Meanwhile, the protagonist's friend starts the drain system. He advises Day to leave the pool, packs up his scattered belongings and puts his dog on a leash so it won't fall into the water. Also, the friend places a syringe of insulin on the table by the pool. He thinks that's the stuff Day should always keep in his pocket. It's time to say goodbye. The friend is going on a vacation. He asks Day to clean up the place and close the facility. Day demands a pizza for his payment. The friend grumbles, throws a roll of duct tape at Day and still orders the pizza. That's it. Day is left alone. Getting sick of the heat, the guy falls asleep. And by the time he wakes up, the water level has already dropped significantly. Day tries to climb the side of the pool. He clings to the tile and breaks a fingernail. Lucky senses his master's fear and barks loudly. Suddenly, Day's phone starts ringing. It's Koi. The phone slowly slides to the edge of the pool because of the vibration. Day waits, holding his breath. Salvation is at hand. At that very moment, Lucky starts running along the side of the pool and falls down, hanging on its leash. The dog is about to suffocate. Choosing between the phone and the pet, Day decides to save the pet. He swims to Lucky and uses the air mattress to push him out of the pool. Meanwhile, the phone falls off the pool edge. Day freaks out, but the phone repeats the dog's fate. Just as the dog was hanging on the leash, the phone is hanging on the charging cable. Day does his best to grab the phone, but unfortunately it disconnects and falls into the water and never turns on again. Taking off his robe, Dave dives to the bottom of the pool. There he tries to cover the drain hole. That's when the delivery guy arrives. Not seeing anyone, the guy leaves the pizza and walks away. Day sees a human silhouette at the bottom. He tries to surface, but the chain on his jeans snags to the drain gate. Precious seconds are lost. Day resurfaces and calls for help, but no one can hear him anymore. Tired of floundering, Day settles down on the mattress and closes his eyes. He doesn't see his girlfriend climbing the diving tower. Koi couldn't get through to Day and decided to visit him. She doesn't notice that the water level is suspiciously low. Besides, she's been dreaming of swimming here for a long time. Seizing the moment, the girl prepares to jump into the water. Day opens his eyes at the last second. He yells, trying to stop Koi, but it only frightens the girl and makes her slip up on the platform. The girl hits her head and falls into the pool. Red stains spread over the water. Day pulls the girl onto the mattress and gets horrified, realizing that they are both trapped now. The night falls. The dog starts whining and barking. Turns out the alligator that escaped from the zoo is approaching the pool. The reptile tries to attack the dog. Walking by the edge, the alligator slips and falls into the pool. Morning comes. The water is completely drained. Koi is still unconscious. Day protects her from the alligator, but the animal doesn't have any intentions to attack. The predator explores the bottom, finds nothing interesting in the junk and decides to bask in the sun. All of a sudden, Day notices a strange object in his girlfriend's pocket. It's a pregnancy test, and it's positive. So that's what she was hinting at with her gift. Day gathers his strength and decides to save Koi. The wound on her head looks bad, but what can he bandage it with? The only option is the duct tape his friend threw at the day before leaving. However, it's in the alligator's possession now. Day crawls up to it cautiously and steals the roll right out of the alligator's jaw. Day bandages the wound and gives the girl the remaining water. What should they do next? The walls are 6 meters high. It's impossible to climb up. The only way out is through the drain pipe, but the gate is secured with screws. What can he unscrew them with? Day notices a pendant of suitable shape on Koi's neck. He takes his off, chases the alligator away from the gate and removes the screws. All that's left is to get Koi and dive into the pipe. Yet the alligator has other plans. It crawls into the pipe first. There's nothing left to do. Following the giant reptile down the drain system sounds like a bad idea, doesn't it? Day decides to wait, but does he have much time left? His finger has turned black and looks terrible. Agonizing in pain, Day rips off the rest of the nail with his teeth and wraps the finger with duct tape. Koi is also feeling unwell. Day understands he can't wait any longer. He gets into the pipe and reaches the shaft. It leads outside the pool. The exit is barred and padlocked. Suddenly, Lucky starts barking hysterically. Day realizes that the alligator is back. He rushes through the pipe and gets out just in time. Another second and the alligator would have eaten the unfortunate Koi. The noise makes the girl come to her senses. She is shocked. Day calms her down and assures her that their baby is safe. We are shown a flashback of Day chattering with his friend about his relationship. The guy admits that if Koi gets pregnant, he will ask her to get rid of the baby. He's too poor and won't be able to support the family. So, did he change his mind? Some more time passes. Day and Koi are exhausted. 2 days in this heat is a severe ordeal. Suddenly, the main character hears Lucky rustling on the side of the pool. What's that in his mouth? Oh, it's a slice of pizza. Looks like the friend's parting gift will save the protagonist's lives. Following a command, the dog pushes the box into the pool. This is the first time Koi had anything to eat in 2 days. We watch flashbacks which reveal that Koi was miserable in this relationship. Day was working all the time. He didn't pay attention to the girl, didn't give her gifts and couldn't even take her to a pizza place. This is the first time he's ever treated her to at least something. Koi's crying. She wishes their first pizza date happened in a less horrible situation. It's the 3rd day in the pool. Day's consciousness is blurred by the heat, thirst and hunger. By the evening, the guy comes back to his senses and thinks of the alligator. Day asks if it hurt Koi. The girl replies that it's a female, and while Day was unconscious, the alligator was occupied making a clutch. The 4th day comes. Day keeps an eye on the reptile and suddenly faints. The alligator immediately decides to hunt, but it appears not to be a hunter, but prey. Day and Koi throw the reptile down the drain and cover the hole with a grate. Using dry sticks, Day builds a fire. The couple boils the alligator eggs. After having a snack, the protagonists look for a way to get out of the pool. Day stands on the couch and gives Koi a lift. Still, they're not tall enough to reach the edge. In the end, they will have to get out through the drain. Koi decides to take the alligator's egg and, of course, the music box. Except the baby has disappeared from it. The girl guesses that Day has thrown the figurine away since he doesn't want the baby. It's the 5th day in the trap. The lovers remove the grate, release the alligator and crawl through the tunnel. Alas, they are unable to open the shaft. Day's condition worsens. He hasn't had a single shot of insulin in all these days. Luckily, their friend left a syringe on the table by the pool before he left. Day makes a hook out of the wire and reaches the table leg. The syringe falls at the very edge. One wrong move and it slips into the pool and shatters. The 6th day is dawning. Day is barely alive. He drops the music box and it rolls under the barrel at the bottom of the shaft. Day puts his hand in there and finds the insulin case. As his friend was packing his stuff all around the pool, the case slipped out and fell through the slit grate. And there he is. Day finally gives himself the life-saving injection. Now he's ready to keep fighting for his life. All of a sudden, the couple hears the sound of an engine. Day climbs up the shaft and taps on the grate, calling for help. No one hears him. Day is so desperate that he doesn't notice his whistle snagging on a metal bar. Day decides to return to the pool. Hopefully he'll be able to call people from there. To prevent the alligator from reaching Koi, they block the entrance to the shaft with a metal barrel. And now Day is in the pool. But what is it? The sound they heard was the motor of a paragliding toy. The toy flies away, the wind rises and a hurricane blows the fence down. Barbed wire hangs off the pool edge. Day realizes that this is his last chance. Ignoring the pain, he climbs up the wire. Unfortunately, the broken fence can't hold his weight. The wire breaks and Day falls. The next hour turns into a nightmare. The guy's leg is broken. Day, writhing in pain, makes a splint out of wooden sticks and passes out. When he regains consciousness, the alligator is gnawing on his leg. That's the scene from the beginning of the movie. Day is fighting off the reptile, but what will happen next? The guy crawls back into the drain and decides to check out a part of the pipe he hasn't entered before. What's that? Is that a light? Day finds another grate. It takes him a long time to loosen it, and he finally removes it. Well, hold on. The guy climbs out, and he finds himself at the bottom of the neighboring empty pool. Day loses his temper. There seems to be no way out of this trap. The guy crawls back into the drain and passes out. It's the 7th day of his torment. The paragliding toy is flying over the pool again. A strong gust of wind makes it fall into the pool. The owners of the toy show up. They find a ladder amidst the construction waste. It's not long enough to reach the bottom. Fortunately, someone extended it with rope and tied it to a stacked water pipe. The men climb down to get the toy. They notice the red stains at the bottom of the pool, but they can't see any people. Deciding that no one is here, the men leave. Day comes back to his senses. He climbs out of the drain and finds the ladder. The only problem is that the enraged alligator stands in his way. A downpour begins. The shaft where Koi is hiding gets flooded gradually. The barrel in the tunnel prevents the water from draining out. Day wraps the barbed wire around his fist and prepares to fight the alligator. He doesn't know yet that the downpour has eroded the soil beneath the stacked pipes. At one point, they fall, and the ladder tied to them slips out of the pool. Seeing this, Day loses his hope. The alligator attacks, but the guy doesn't fight back anymore. Meanwhile, the shaft keeps filling up with water. Koi climbs up to the grate and finds the whistle dangling there. She starts blowing it. The loud sound brings Day back to his senses, and he gets out of the alligator's jaw just in time. However, there's another problem. The dog perfectly remembers what command the whistle means. It obediently jumps into the pool and hangs on its collar. Day finds a metal pipe in the trash and defeats the alligator. Unfortunately, he can't save the dog. Although Lucky's sacrifice is not in vain. Day jumps to the dog's hind legs, he climbs up its body and then the leash. Finally, the guy gets out of the pool. The shaft is completely flooded. Day arms himself with a pipe and breaks open the grate. He pulls Koi out. She shows no signs of life. Day gives her a heart massage. He keeps doing it for a long time. A very long time. And are his efforts futile? Of course not. Koi regains consciousness, and so ends the worst week of Day's life.